Hi and welcome. Summer is very much here in the UK, even though it's barely been above 16 degrees. It is very much here calendarically. And refreshing my space for each season is one of my very favourite things to do. I love reflecting what's happening outside, inside my home. And I also find that the change in season kind of leads to a change in energy. And I find myself wanting to dust disgusting things and declutter. So today I'm going to be talking about some summer update ideas for you and also sharing what I have been busy with. So the first thing that I've been doing, surprise, surprise, is decluttering, because I'm always decluttering. And when I took out the summer boxes this year, I was able to get rid of quite a lot of summer stuff that as I took it out of the boxes, I was like, actually, I'm not pleased to see this. I don't really want to wear that this season. And when I put away the winter stuff, I was able to declutter quite a lot of winter clothes and shoes, things that are just too small, that I've barely worn. And we ended up being able to get rid of about 4 bin bags worth of clothes and shoes, which is wild because we don't have that much stuff as a family generally. So we got rid of absolutely loads of clothes. And also I every now and then go through my kids' toys and books. And we were also able to get rid of a couple of bags for life of kids' books and toys as well. And one of the things that made it really easy is a charity shop bag came through the door. Usually I would donate them to my local clothes bank or take them to the charity shop. But sometimes you just need to do something quick and dirty. And that charity shop bag enabled me to just get it done over a weekend. I think it came through our letterbox on Thursday. The collection was Tuesday. I spent the weekend decluttering and had 3 or 4 bags outside the house on Tuesday morning ready to go. So if you get one of those through the doors, if you've been needing a push, let this be it. If you've got kids, you'll probably find that you need to fairly constantly declutter. But I find even with my own stuff, I'm in a fairly constant state of weeding and decluttering and assessing that I actually still need and love and use everything that is in my life. So that's the first thing that I've been doing. I have been decluttering. The second thing I've been doing is some mini updates to our rental. So we've lived here for nearly 2 years now, and I have not wanted to do anything in this rental. And I really want to normalise being an interior designer and not having the energy to do my own home. So I've been supporting my wonderful clients and my Fresh Nest students, my interior design course students, but my own home has definitely fallen to the bottom of the list. However, I'm starting to be like, I actually do want to start to put some art up. I want to move some furniture around. I want to just do some small jobs. So it's not quite got to the stage of wanting to repaint the yellow kitchen and hallway, which absolutely do my head in, but it has got to finally hanging up some art. And as part of that, I actually painted some frames and mounts and hung all kinds of lovely stuff on the wall, including a scrap of paper that I have saved. I've had saved for nearly 20 years. When my best friend and I went interrailing around Europe, we peeled off bits of layers of posters from the wall. Sounds strange, but the texture's gorgeous, the colours are gorgeous, and I've kept it for nearly 20 years. So I've finally mounted and framed that. And I've also framed a kid's bit of art, a couple of greetings cards, some things that a friend made me. So it feels really nice to have things nicely framed on the walls. So I'm very proud of myself for that. And then the next thing that I have been doing and absolutely obsessing about actually is our rental garden. We've been here for 2 summers. Well, the first summer we moved in right at the very end of the summer, so it was just not really possible. And then last summer was a write-off because of illness and burnout, and also my father-in-law got sick and died last year. It was just there was no energy to do it. So it's quite overgrown. So this summer, both me and my husband are into it. We've been busy. We inherited quite a nice garden with some mature plants and trees, but they've needed to be tamed. I've needed to do some weeding and clearing, and I've really been enjoying that. And I've also been busy just growing things from seeds and taking cuttings from friends' gardens and filling pots. This is what I've always done in rentals, is do basically container gardening. And then when we move, we literally can bring our garden with us. Although I have planted some things in the soil because I don't mind. I may dig them up when I go and I may not, because I don't mind leaving some nice things for the future tenants. And I've done that in a few of our houses as well. So yeah, what else have I been doing in the garden? I've been trawling Facebook Marketplace. I got a nice wooden table and chairs, which I sanded and re-oiled, and also quite a cool vintage IKEA bench and stools, which are kind of dotted around. So again, YouTube viewers are going to get a little garden tour. So if you want to see that, head over to the YouTube. But yeah, the garden's bringing me very much joy, and it's just nice to have the energy and the time to actually put into it. So just outside the back door, we've got herbs and my beloved smoke bush plant. I think that's a weed, but I like it, so it's staying. Got loads of red valerian in our garden. I think it's considered a weed, but I absolutely love it. Some kind of cosmos there in the pot. I recently redid the lining on this path. Lots of pots around. Mop head hydrangea with lamb's ears at the back, and a traditional pale yellow rose. Lots of ferns in the shady bit on the left here. And then this is a potentilla, I think. And then more red valerian. That's a peony bush, heucheras, chives, big lavender bush. And then I've been training whatever that vine is along the trellis at the back of the garden as well as just clearing space around everything. And then moving around Facebook Marketplace bench, I've got oxeye daisy seedlings there. We moved a bit of this grass there. Then at the back, this is the super shady area. So we've got lots of ferns in pots so I can bring them with me. I've also put some hollyhocks actually in the soil, but I may dig them up and bring them. And then coming around here, I've got a couple of nemesis, I think it is. And then another Facebook Marketplace table and chairs. And then the back corner, my eucalyptus tree that's come with us every house move. How gorgeous is this old wall at the back? And then I've got more pots here as well, sedum and a geome. This is the perfect seating area. I am so happy with this garden. Okay, so in summary, here are my ideas for you this summer. Does your garden need a bit of a refresh? Do you need to just stick some easy things in pots? I actually successfully have grown some things from seed this year. I bought a pack of seeds from Poundland thinking I'll just scatter them with my kid. And they've actually grown. Like, we've got some little seedlings, which is incredible. Same with oxeye daisies and poppies. I've not really had much luck with seeds in the past, and it's probably too late now to start seeds for this year. But I've always had quite good luck just by planting little plants, which you can buy from markets and online. And it can be really low maintenance and simple as well. So could you plant some pots up in your outside space and give yourself a space to enjoy the summer? Indoor plants. It is your time to shine for indoor plants. I'm addressing indoor plants here somehow. And they're going to be putting on their big summer grow. So do the leaves need dusting? Do you need to take them outside and give them a big soaking? Do they need repotting? Have a think about whether your plants need a bit of a refresh. We've been doing that as well, and that feels really good. Another thing I like doing in summer is a swap over of heavy colours and textures for lighter colours and textures. So things like replacing our sort of dark terracotta bedding with lighter stripes, or switching the cushions around in my home so that things feel a bit lighter. And I'm a really big fan of that generally. You don't need to go shopping and buy loads of new things, but swapping around an armchair and swapping cushions, swapping lamps around can really refresh the space and make it feel really nice. So again, if there's something that's if your home is feeling a bit stagnant, could you swap some things around in your home? And you probably need to declutter, just to warn you. Next thing is flowers. So in the UK, it is the best time to buy flowers, whether they are from the supermarket or the market or your garden or your friends and family's gardens. I love having just bunches of foliage in the house at this time of year. I've been bringing in smoke bush and branches of curly willow and any kind of flowering branch that I can find and sticking it in a vase on the table, and it always looks lovely. Another idea for summer is a paint project. So could you maybe paint some of your photo frames that you've got? What I did was use some frames that I've had for years. Most of them are just cheapy ones. And I painted the frame and the mount. And then I've framed all kinds of things. So it was a really satisfying, fairly quick, simple project. And it really has helped, it's refreshed the space. Another thing we did recently was paint our TV cabinet, the one that the TV no longer fits in. But could you paint just one bit of furniture, one door, the ceiling of your downstairs loo, the inside of a cupboard? Again, a small paint project can really energize and refresh the space. So it's another really good idea if your home is feeling a bit stagnant, if it's feeling a bit uninspiring. Then do you have some paint already? And if not, paint's it's inexpensive compared to other ways to update and renovate. And it's a great way to add a bit of fun and colour to your home. So a paint project is the other thing that you could be doing now in the summer. All of these ideas are about inspiring you to love your home, enjoy it, whatever state it is in, whether you're mid-renovation, whether you actually kind of hate your home. All of the ideas that I'm sharing here are simple and applicable for pretty much any home, maybe apart from the gardening stuff if you don't have a garden. But my intention is to inspire you to just spend a bit of time and energy swapping things around, giving some love to any outside space you might have, swapping furniture around, bringing in flowers and branches, and maybe things like a little paint project as well. So if you're on the YouTube, you get to see a couple of extra bits of footage of the garden in the living room and the frames. And if you are thinking, oh my goodness, I really do need to do a declutter and a refresh, look out for my summer refresh, which is going to be on sale now, actually, as you're listening to this. It is a 4-week decluttering program. I've had incredible feedback from this program, and it's basically me in your pocket, reminding you every day of a decluttering task. We move through the whole house, or you can just use it to focus on one area. So I've had students join before just focusing on their art studios, for example, and then others who followed me all through the kitchen, the bedroom, the bathroom, outside. So if you know that you need a bit of hand-holding and accountability, then look out for my summer refresh. Details on my website. All right, I hope you're all well and have a wonderful, happy summer. If you're listening in the opposite hemisphere to me, then I hope you're snuggling down and having a cozy winter. And just a reminder that I've got episodes and podcasts and blog posts all about embracing your home in winter as well. So just search my blog or podcast for that. All right, see you next time.